Imagine a world without gold, silver, or any precious metals. A world without any pre-established governments. What would people use for currency? Who would be in charge? Welcome to the Martian Conundrum, a thought experiment that pushes the boundaries of our understanding of society and the very fabric of civilization. We've spent centuries perfecting our systems here on Earth, but what happens when we take that leap into the unknown and colonize Mars? Without the traditional resources like precious metals, the concept of currency becomes a challenge. Would we rely on digital currencies, bartering, or develop an entirely new form of trade? And who would regulate this economy? Without a pre-established government, would we see the rise of corporate entities taking charge? Or perhaps a new form of democratic self-governance born out of necessity? The implications are vast and complex. Mars, being a blank slate, offers us a chance to rethink and reshape societal constructs, but it also presents unprecedented hurdles. How do we instill order and structure in a place where no such frameworks exist? And how do we ensure fairness and equality in this new society? As we ponder these questions, it becomes clear that colonizing Mars presents unique challenges unlike anything we've encountered here on Earth. It's a fascinating conundrum, one that invites us to explore the very foundations of human society and our ability to adapt and innovate in the face of the unknown. So, what could be used as currency on Mars? The possibilities are as vast as the Martian landscape itself. Let's dive into the realm of speculation and explore some theories. First up, there's the idea of using time as a currency. Call it Martian time. In this construct, your work hours could literally translate into buying power. You put in an hour of work, you earn an hour's worth of goods or services. Sounds fair, right? But here's the catch. Not all work is created equal. An hour spent by a doctor could be seen as more valuable than an hour spent by a janitor. So, setting up a fair exchange rate could be a Martian-sized challenge. Another theory proposes using energy as currency, aptly named energy credits. Picture this: every watt of energy you produce or conserve could translate into spendable currency. It's a green idea, encouraging sustainable living and rewarding those who contribute to the colony's energy needs. But it also presents a conundrum. What happens when technology advances and energy becomes easier to produce? Would that lead to inflation or even a total collapse of the energy-based economy? Now let's consider knowledge as a form of currency. A knowledge exchange, if you will. Your expertise, your skills, your ability to solve problems. These could all have tangible value. It's an intriguing idea, especially in a setting where survival hinges on innovation and adaptation. However, it does raise questions about how to quantify knowledge and ensure fair trade. Finally, there's the possibility of a hybrid system, combining elements of these theories. A Martian economy could potentially operate on a mix of time, energy, and knowledge, providing a balanced and flexible currency system. As we can see, establishing a currency on Mars would require a radical rethinking of what we consider valuable. But who would be in charge on Mars? Would it be the first country to colonize, or would a new system of governance be required? Let's visualize a scenario where the United States is the first to colonize Mars. Being the first to establish a presence gives the US a certain level of influence and control. They would likely set the initial rules and regulations, shaping the Martian society according to their own ideals and principles. But would this be fair or even practical for a planet that may eventually be home to people from all corners of the Earth? This leads us to the idea of a global governance system for Mars. Imagine a system where each nation on Earth has a say in the Martian affairs, a truly democratic and inclusive method of ruling. This could bring about a sense of unity and cooperation, as every country works together for the common good of the Martian society. But of course, such a system would not be without its challenges. There would be numerous debates and disagreements over policies and decisions. It would require a balancing act of monumental proportions to ensure every nation's interests are fairly represented. Not to mention the logistical nightmare of coordinating between different time zones, languages, and cultures. However, the benefits could be substantial. With a global governance system, we could avoid the power struggles and conflicts that often arise when one country has too much control. It could foster a sense of global unity and cooperation, promoting peace and harmony both on Mars and back on Earth. Moreover, it would ensure that the Martian society is diverse and inclusive, reflecting the rich tapestry of cultures and ideologies that make up our world. So, while the United States may be the first to step foot on Mars, it doesn't necessarily mean they should be the ones to rule it. Just like the International Space Station, Mars could be a place where all nations come together for the betterment of humanity. Regardless of who takes the reins, governance on Mars would undoubtedly be a complex and contentious issue. And what about the impact on Earth? How would the colonization of Mars affect other countries and their space programs, you might ask? Well, let's imagine this scenario. The United States, being the first to colonize Mars, would undoubtedly set a new benchmark in space exploration. This could inspire or perhaps even pressure other nations to accelerate their own space programs. Countries might form alliances, pool resources, and collaborate on research to keep pace with the Martian frontier. And it's not just about space programs. The international relations on Earth could also see some shifts. Countries might need to negotiate new treaties or agreements to govern this interplanetary expansion. This could lead to a reshuffling of geopolitical power dynamics as nations jostle for influence on Mars and beyond. The global economy would also feel the ripple effects. Industries related to space travel, such as aerospace engineering, robotics, and even sustainable farming, could experience a boom. On the flip side, the costs associated with Martian colonization could strain national budgets, potentially causing economic instability. But let's not forget, the knowledge gained from colonizing Mars could bring incredible benefits back to Earth. From technological advances to new insights into climate change, the payoff could be immense. As we move towards becoming a multiplanetary species, the implications for our home planet are as significant as they are for our future on Mars.